Hello, welcome to the final episode of 2025 of Give It a Year with me, Jenny Q. This is my podcast diary where I invite you to join me every week to spend 20 minutes, half an hour of your time. Just sit back, kick back, relax, and find a place in the cyberspace that is a little bit different, but always positive. Today, I will be having a bit of a reflection and commentary on, of course, the most obvious thing, New Year's. I have also, as the year closes out, and as I've been very consistent with my episodes, I've been messing around with the format and wanting to make it the most wonderful experience for you as I can. So I have now been writing my podcast promises in the description, so they're there. And so I'm not going to spend time now talking about them. You can read them. And I'm also going to start, like I did just now, letting you know right off the top if it's a story, a reflection, a commentary, a challenge, or something a little more personal at the top of every episode, so then you can decide right away if you want to hang out or if you want to wait till next week to come back. So, welcome. 2026, right around the corner. Let me just slowly get rid of this music and we'll jump into the meat of this episode today. 2026, coming around the corner. My goodness. Where does the time go? And I think that's kind of the question that, for me, inspired today's episode. And to be transparent, this episode is actually, quite off the cuff. It's just some thoughts in my head. I haven't really written anything. It is just some ideas. And it came to me this way because I spent most of yesterday, today, and earlier in the week going through my journals. I journal a lot. And going through goals and I have whiteboards where I write my goals, and I have all sorts of different ways I do tracking of my exercise or my art or, all sorts of different things. And so at this time of year, before the new year, I always clean up my office space or my studio space, and I was going through my old journal, and I realized in that journal it encapsulated the last 2 years of my life, which have been quite amazing. And I also saw on my whiteboard, I always set about minimum 2 goals, usually only 2 goals a year. And last year, my top goal, I achieved. I didn't feel like I'd achieved it, but I did. And my top goal was to build my body confidence, because I did not have very much body confidence last year. And I achieved it. I achieved it, and I can tell you non-scale wins of how I achieved it. I used to go clothes shopping and I'd end up in tears because of my body shame. I would never even make it into the change room because I was so ashamed. And then last year, not only did I make it into the dressing room, I started to actually enjoy clothes shopping again, which led me to another win, which was I actually got rid of a whole pile of clothes because they were too big. And another win was letting people take pictures of me. I used to shy away from cameras an awful lot. And just little wins. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on my wins specifically. I want to discuss and share these ideas that were rambling in my head. And, everyone gets so excited about, oh, it's New Year's. I need to have a resolution, right? I need to get excited. And I think that's great. Absolutely. Get excited. But I was thinking about the idea of the new year, right? It's a new calendar year, yes. But I want to put out there that the new year can be whenever it best suits you. A great example is my podcast. My new year for this podcast began in September. So September, October, November, December, January. I'm 4 months into my new year. And that's just because that's the date that worked for me. So next September 15th, we'll see where we're at with this podcast. And so I guess I'm offering to you that if you have goals, and if you don't feel ready right now to declare those goals or define those goals, and it's the December 30th and 31st, don't panic. And that might sound really silly to say, but me personally, as someone who struggles or had struggled a lot with anxiety and depression, something like New Year's would come around, and if I felt like I didn't have a good resolution, or if I felt like there was nothing I could accomplish in the year, I would get very down and depressed and withdraw from the world, and it was not a happy time. And because I would look around and I would see other people making commitments and achieving things, and then I would feel worse and worse and worse. And I'm sure there are other people in the world who've gone through that or go through that. And when I make these episodes of my podcast, it's to put out there and to offer for those people who are maybe not in line with the masses, or if you're one of those people who don't go to New Year's parties and you're kind of on your own as the year rolls in. I don't want you to feel sad, and I don't want you to feel alone, and I don't want you to feel like just because you're not doing what everyone else is doing, it doesn't mean you can't have a new year. You can have a new year whenever it is needed for you. Your new year could be in February, it could be in July, it could be on the 1st, the 15th, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 8th. What is important, I think, to carry from this hoopla of the new year is that it's a reset, it's a beginning, it's a let's take a look and review. And in that, it is important to track. So I think it's important for three things. The new year, whatever it is, whether it's the calendar year of 2026 or the new year of a goal or the new year of something. I think just the 365 days is a great timeline. It's long enough that if your goal is big, you have time to work with it, but it's also not so long that you give up, Halfway is 6 months, and that's quite fantastic, right? So here are the three things that I think are great about having a happy new year, whenever that is. One, it gives you parameters, right? It gives you parameters of a goal or a vision or a desire. The second great thing about a new year is it gives you an ability to reset and have a new slate. And I don't know, it's just nice, the whole idea, right? I said there were three things. I can't think of what the third one that I was trying to think of. But anyway, I did have a couple of notes. So the topic, yeah, okay. So, let's see. I did write a couple of notes. Let's see. I'm off the cuff here. So, I guess, hang on. Oh, I guess I'm going to kind of lead into my question now. I'm going to kind of wrap up. I guess in the new year, people always talk about goals. Let me just wrap it up this way, and then I'll give you the question, and then I'll wrap up, and I'm going to go enjoy my new year, and I certainly hope you enjoy your stepping into 2026 as well. Let me just say it this way. I think the new year doesn't necessarily always have to be a goal. It could be, what do you want to, give yourself something to look forward to in the year. And if it's not a goal, like, I want to lose weight or earn so much money or whatever, a goal or a vision for a new year could be something as wonderful as, I'm going to visit with family, or I'm going to visit with this specific family, or in this year, I'm going to learn how to play an instrument, or I am going to go for a walk in this beautiful park that I always wanted to go to, or whatever. There's 12 months in a year. You could say, I'm going to read 12 books, 12 months, 52 weeks, 365 days. It's the idea of the numbers and the parameters to help give you a structure so you can either learn, grow, achieve, and enjoy this incredible life that we all have on this planet. Now I'm going to sound really artsy and, lovey touchy, but it's true. There's a lot going on in this world that's not happy. There's a lot of insanity online, which is why I created this podcast partly, is I wanted to create pockets of positive space through the things I do, through my art, through writing, through workshops, through all sorts of things. And this is one of those pockets. This is one of my favorite pockets. I love being here every week. And you can do the same. You can create your own little pockets of stuff. And I think that's wonderful. Okay. So to wrap up my diary entry today, as always, I'm going to leave you with a question, and I'm going to bring back up my music as I like to do at the end of the episode. There we go. Can you hear it? Is it there? Is it back? There we go. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So here's the question I'm going to leave you with after my rambling today. And my question is, what do you want in 2026? Actually, I'm going to leave you with two questions today. So the first question, what do you want in 2026? And like I was just talking about, do you want to achieve a goal? Do you want to grow? And that could be in all sorts of ways. You want to grow spiritually, physically, mentally, academically, however. Do you have any milestones that you're looking forward to? Any celebrations? What will 2026 bring you? So those are the questions. So that's my first question. My second question is, when is your new year? It doesn't have to be January 1st, 2026. When would you like your new year to begin? And once that new year does begin, again, what are you gonna fill that year with? What goals? How are you gonna grow? What are you gonna celebrate? Who are you gonna be with? Where are you gonna go? These are all amazing questions. And so, as always, I would like to remind you, as you celebrate the new year, whether it's 2026 or your own decided date, remember, share your smile, share your love, and share your laughter. And so before I sign off, I'm going to share my laughter with you guys in a joke that I just love this time of year. And it's a dad joke. I love dad jokes. So I hope it makes you smile, smirk, or shake your head. Here it is. Why should you stand on just your left foot during the New Year's countdown? You know, when everyone's going 10, 9. It's so that you can start the new year on the right foot. And that's what I wish for all of you. I will be back next week, next year, and I hope everyone has amazing celebrations, quiet, loud with everyone on your own. And know that I'm giving it a year to celebrate next year, 2026. Until next Tuesday, guys, have a great week.